resist. Nothing to force. Take another slow breath. Allow clarity to deepen quietly. Allow stillness to stabilize naturally. Allow awareness to unfold effortlessly. Everything flowing gently. Everything moving naturally. Everything resting within awareness. Opportunity, greater influence, and a life shaped deliberately rather than accidentally. This is not an exaggerated promise, it is the natural outcome of behavior repeated consistently over time. Continue clicking forward, continue acting with intention, continue honoring your decisions, and allow discipline to quietly deliver what motivation never could: stability, strength, clarity, control, and a future built by choice rather than chance. To awareness, to return to responsibility, and to return to the part of yourself that knows you are capable of more than avoidance, more than excuses, and more than fear. More whole, not because everything is perfect, but because you are learning to accept yourself as you are while still believing in who you are becoming, and this balance between acceptance and growth is the quiet strength that carries you through uncertainty, reminding you that you are not lost, you are learning, not failing, you are evolving, and not alone, you are supported by your own resilience, your own awareness, and your own capacity to rise, again and again, with greater understanding and steadier hope. Faithfulness, the faithfulness to show up, to listen, to speak honestly, and to act with compassion, and in this faithfulness, the deepest form of loss is prevented, not by changing fate, but by honoring the present, and not by fighting time, but by using it wisely, because what truly keeps something alive is not hope alone, but attention, not intention alone, but action, and not emotion alone, but the steady choice to care before it is too late to make a difference. You stay present with what matters now. You act thoughtfully. You rest intentionally. You move forward with calm assurance. Remain here for a moment. Let this understanding settle. You continue to refine how you show up, calmer, clearer, more intentional. You don't rush growth. You respect its rhythm. You remain present with what's unfolding now. You move forward with care. You stay grounded in yourself. Let this calm support you. Breathe steadily. Moving whether you act or not, but only your actions decide whether you grow or remain where you are. This is not a warning to scare you, it is a reminder to empower you, to shake you awake, and to tell you that the power to change has always been in your hands. Start now, not because you feel ready, but because your future deserves your effort today. Moving whether you act or not, but only your actions decide whether you grow or remain where you are. This is not a warning to scare you, it is a reminder to empower you, to shake you awake, and to tell you that the power to change has always been in your hands. Start now, not because you feel ready, but because your future deserves your effort today. You walk forward knowing that you were created with intention, that you are capable of achieving more than you can currently see, and that the universe is preparing beautiful things that will align perfectly with your growth. You are meant to rise, meant to shine, meant to impact the world simply by being yourself. Continue your journey with hope in your heart and confidence in your spirit, because the best chapters of your life are not behind you, they are waiting ahead, and I am with you in every step you take. Stop making excuses and start making moves is the moment your life begins to change. You do not need permission, you do not need approval, and you do not need perfect conditions. You only need the courage to start and the strength to continue even when it gets hard, because it will get hard, and that is exactly why most people will never reach their potential, but you will, because you are no longer waiting, you are awakening. And when a person awakens to their power, nothing can stop them. Not fear, not failure, not even their own past. Remain present within this moment. Observe calmly. Allow awareness to remain open. Because occasionally, life offers moments that feel ordinary yet carry something deeper, a reminder of stillness, a sense of clarity, a subtle recognition that awareness itself holds power. And often, that recognition is the true gift. Remember that even stars cannot shine without darkness, and one day you will look back and realize that every setback was simply part of the setup for your comeback. Your dreams are calling you because they know you are capable, and the world is waiting for the moment you finally realize that too. Keep going with fire in your heart, possibilities in your mind, discipline in your actions, and faith in your steps, because the life you want is already on its way, and soon, everything will make sense. Stop. Just for a moment, stop. Before your mind moves forward, before distraction pulls you away, remain exactly where you are. This message did not appear by accident. There is a reason your attention is here right now. A reason your awareness is aligned with these words at this precise moment. Take a slow breath. Not rushed. Not forced. Slow. Because something subtle is already shifting within you. Something deeper than thought. Something quieter than emotion. Archangel Micheal speaks not to interrupt your life, but to enter the space where your awareness becomes still enough to listen. And right now, you are listening. Feel that. Notice that. There is a difference between hearing words and recognizing a message. Your mind may question. Your logic may analyze. But awareness simply observes. Take another slow breath. Allow your attention to soften, not tighten. Because the moment you resist, the moment you push away, you close the very doorway this message arrived to open. Remain present. There is no urgency here. No pressure. Only awareness gently stabilizing. Feel the subtle quiet forming behind your thoughts. That calm space that always exists but is rarely noticed. Michael's voice does not shout. It resonates. It meets you in stillness. Take another slow breath. Notice how your body already responds. Shoulders slightly relaxing. Mind slightly slowing. Perception slightly widening. This is not imagination. This is attention recalibrating. Most people move through their days without ever entering this awareness sensing depth. Micheal's presence is not a figure outside you. It is clarity emerging within you. The voice of steadiness. The energy of protection. The recognition of alignment. Take another slow breath. Observe without expectation. Because expectation creates tension. And tension distorts perception. Simply remain aware. Thoughts may arise. Questions may appear. Let them come. Let them pass. Like clouds moving across a vast sky that remains unchanged. Awareness is that sky. Take another slow breath. Feel grounding deepen. There is a subtle sensation now, a quiet sense of being addressed directly. Not personally in identity, but precisely in awareness. As though something recognizes your presence beyond labels, beyond roles, beyond noise. Stay with that sensation. Do not rush past it. Because this is where most people disconnect. The instant awareness begins to deepen, distraction returns. But remain. Just remain. Take another slow breath. Notice how time itself feels slightly altered. Moments stretching. Silence widening. Attention stabilizing without effort. This is the threshold where perception begins to sharpen. Where awareness becomes more real than thought. Take another slow breath. Micheal's message is not about prediction. It is about recognition. Recognition of your internal state. Recognition of the quiet power you rarely notice. Recognition that awareness itself is the doorway to every shift you seek. Remain steady. Feel the subtle calm expanding. No force. No strain. Only awareness settling deeper into presence. Take another slow breath. Notice the gentle stillness now forming behind your reactions. That space where clarity lives. Where fear loses intensity. Where noise dissolves naturally. This is not external influence. This is your mind remembering how to be still. Take another slow breath. Observe carefully. There is often a moment, a silent moment, where awareness begins to sense possibility without needing explanation. Not hope. Not expectation. Just quiet openness. Stay there. Because openness is where perception expands. Take another slow breath. Everything slowing. Everything stabilizing. Everything aligning beneath awareness. Micheal's energy is felt as steadiness. As grounding. As the absence of inner chaos. Remain present. Notice how thoughts no longer rush with the same urgency. Notice how silence feels less empty and more alive. This is awareness becoming dominant. Take another slow breath. Because something important is happening now. Not outside you. Within you. A recalibration of attention. A softening of resistance. A deepening of clarity. Stay here. There is nowhere else you need to be. Nothing else you need to chase. Only awareness recognizing itself more fully with each breath. Take another slow breath. Feel that quiet inevitability. That subtle sense that something meaningful is unfolding beneath stillness. Not forced. Not imagined. Simply emerging. Remain present. Because awareness, once stabilized, reveals layers you cannot perceive while distracted. Take another slow breath. Everything quiet. Everything steady. Everything aligned with this moment of presence. Micheal's message continues not through words, but through your willingness to remain aware. Stay. Breathe slowly. Observe gently. Because clarity is already moving closer. Remain here. Do not rush forward. Do not allow the mind to drift too quickly away. Because something subtle is still unfolding within this stillness you have entered. Take a slow breath. Feel the quiet continuity of awareness itself. Notice how you are not being pulled, not being pressured, only gently invited to remain present. This is important. Because presence is where perception becomes clear. And clarity is where shifts begin. Take another slow breath. There is a strange calm forming now, isn't there? A softness in attention. A steadiness in awareness. Almost as if the usual mental noise has slightly loosened its grip. Do not analyze this. Simply observe it. Because awareness does not need explanation to function. It only needs space. Take another slow breath. Micheal's message is not carried through fear. It is carried through stillness. Through grounding. Through the recognition that when awareness stabilizes, reality itself feels different. Not changed, but seen more clearly. Stay with that sensation. That subtle clarity emerging behind thought. Take another slow breath. Most people never notice this layer. They move too fast. They react too quickly. They remain trapped inside constant internal dialogue. But you remained. Even if quietly. Even if unknowingly. And that stillness is already altering your perception. Take another slow breath. Notice how your thoughts now appear less like commands and more like movements. Less like pressure and more like passing waves. This is awareness separating from mental noise. This is clarity strengthening. Stay here. Do not break this rhythm. Take another slow breath. There is a reason silence often feels uncomfortable. Quietly protective. deeply stabilizing. Like a steady force that does not push, does not pull, but simply remains unshaken. Feel that steadiness. Notice that grounding. Take another slow breath. Something within you is adjusting now. Subtle, almost invisible. Attention refining itself. Perception softening its tension. The mind slowing without effort. This is not coincidence. This is what happens when awareness stops resisting itself. Stay present. Take another slow breath. There is a difference between thinking and observing. Between reacting and recognizing. Between chasing and allowing. And right now, you are observing. You are recognizing. You are allowing. That shift is powerful. Take another slow breath. Notice how calmness now feels less like something you are creating and more like something you are uncovering. As if stillness was always here, waiting beneath the movement of thought. Stay with that realization. Take another slow breath. Because awareness, once stabilized, begins revealing deeper layers of clarity. Layers normally hidden beneath distraction. Layers normally drowned by noise. Remain steady. Feel grounding deepen further. Take another slow breath. Time itself begins to feel different in this space. Moment stretching. Mental urgency dissolving. Silence carrying a quiet presence instead of emptiness. This is awareness becoming dominant. Stay here. Do not rush away. Take another slow breath. Micheal's message is simple yet profound. Clarity does not arrive from outside. It emerges when resistance softens. When awareness stabilizes. When attention becomes still enough to see without distortion. Remain aware. Take another slow breath. There is a quiet certainty forming now. Not belief. Not assumption. But recognition. Recognition that something meaningful is happening within your perception. Recognition that stillness carries intelligence. Stay present. Take another slow breath. Thoughts may continue moving. Sensations may continue shifting. But awareness remains unchanged. Stable. Steady. Silent. Notice that stability. Take another slow breath. Because this stability is where real power exists. Not in force. Not in struggle. But in clarity untouched by mental turbulence. Remain steady. Take another slow breath. Feel how deeply grounding this presence has become. How naturally calm perception now feels. How effortlessly awareness observes without strain. This is alignment. This is internal steadiness strengthening. Stay here. Take another slow breath. Micheal's voice continues not through words, but through this quiet expansion of clarity you are now experiencing. Nothing dramatic. Nothing overwhelming. Only awareness becoming unmistakably real. Remain present. Take another slow breath. Because something even deeper is approaching. A layer of recognition that emerges only when stillness becomes stable. When awareness becomes clear. When attention remains unbroken. Stay. Breathe slowly. Observe gently. Clarity is moving closer. Stay exactly where you are within this awareness. Do not hurry. Do not mentally step ahead. Because something delicate is strengthening now. Something that only becomes visible when attention remains steady. Take a slow breath. Feel the continuity of presence you have maintained. Notice how awareness now feels more stable than before. Less fragile. Less easily disturbed. Almost as if silence itself has gained weight. Remain with that sensation. Take another slow breath. There is a subtle shift happening beneath your thoughts. A quiet reordering of perception. Where reactions soften and observation becomes natural. This is not effort. This is awareness remembering its original steadiness. Stay here. Take another slow breath. Most minds live in constant tension. Pulled by memory. Pulled by anticipation. Pulled by invisible pressures that rarely stop. But right now, something is different. You are not being pulled. You are not being rushed. You are simply aware. Take another slow breath. Notice the stillness behind your internal movements. That silent space that does not react, does not strain, does not resist. That space is not created. It is revealed. And you are now resting within it. Remain steady. Take another slow breath. Micheal's presence is felt as firmness without force. Stability without tension. Clarity without noise. Like an invisible grounding that holds awareness perfectly still. Feel that grounding deepen. Take another slow breath. There is often a moment in stillness where awareness begins to recognize its own depth. Where silence stops feeling like absence and starts feeling like presence. Where calmness stops feeling passive and starts feeling powerful. Stay with that recognition. Take another slow breath. Because this is where perception begins to transform. Not through dramatic events, but through subtle clarity expanding beyond thought. Notice how your mind now moves more slowly. How reactions no longer surge with the same urgency. How awareness observes without effort. Remain here. Take another slow breath. Everything you normally chase, clarity, certainty, direction, exists only when noise dissolves. And noise dissolves only when awareness becomes still.